fighter, it will be a little bit hard for the fighter to reach.
Across the board here is pretty much what we've been seeing for the past maybe 3-4-ish months. And these are some of the most comfort best picks for these players on both sides.
I actually was going to say that. Like, this is so comfort. Like, did they even draft? Like, I think everyone just got exactly what...
That's another thing you have to take in consideration. Again, Light being one of the most aggressive roams in professional MLB. Oh, mid lane? Oh.
That's speaking of aggression, right after getting the real world, they go for the fight, and Sans gets first blood. Of course, Demon Kite gonna not let that go unpunished. Gonna go ahead and get that kill, so it's a 1-for-1.
To catch up, YSS is pretty good at doing that, though, even if you have your late start into the transition here. So they're gonna fight for this turtle. There's gonna be no contest for this, as you mentioned, with Kyrie going down. So they go for that. Now,
actually very heavily affected by the patch, but very happy to play it. Ooh, lots of understrikes being locked in by Onic. This might be actually a pretty good fight for them. Let's see if that's going to happen. Lupi will get a little bit of lantern flare treatment there and gonna get bursted out before even casting anything. Even has the green
that they can work with, you know, these being spread out here. Edward? Ooh. He's going to get away.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that. Kiboy with the...
It actually disengages. Thought he was going to drop the Glorious Pathway down, but this fight for the third turtle, half health.
They're actually holding on to ultimates very, very well, especially here for Aurora. They're having a lot of ultimates ready for the fight. They get the turtle and they kill very stocked. Aurora Gaming PH.
To an extent, too, in the way the... Oh, Keyboy?
Oh. It's a free man knockup on the G Kundo. Actually, right close by is Sans. Gonna get lots of kills and some decent DPS despite obviously the Harif being there. They're gonna push back and we're gonna join the fight just a little bit. Lupi's actually quite low. I don't think Onic wants to go for it.
So the scaling here on both sides for the gold laners are going to start to show. Skypiercer 2 for Yue. There's the kick.
Okay, there you go. That's what you want to get started here. Light will use the Glorious Pathway to dig out. Edward misses on the Landshaker, and actually that might force them to go back. Skylar, look at this guy. He's just going bananas. Bro
gets a kill. So they have positioning here, but I think Aurora Gaming wants to go for this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look at Demon Kite, though. 4 throws just to buy a little bit more time, but not going to be enough for him to go for the steal. Kyrie this time has massive control on that turtle, or sorry, that Lord, and they're going to be able to get that one. Going to be
Lord, though. Again, broken walls, something always to consider in the team fights around here, but look at the poke. The poke of the Granger is what that advantage is in comparison to the Harith as well. You can go ahead and fire off some of these shots of the Destinata, keep them at bay. Again, that space for Skylar is so important here too. So they'll go ahead and reset the Lord. A Glorious Pathway drop down.
Oh, there you go. That's more proactive right now this time for Aurora Gaming. And now they're chasing Lutfi, which will be protected very well by Sans. That real-world manipulation. They're just knowing they can play around that, but look at Edward. He's trying to go for it. Great placement on Landshaker, but he will get taken out. Just not enough DPS right now for Aurora Gaming to make any difference in the team fights, except for Demon Kite. He is definitely the guy who is making it work, at least making sure that Aurora...
Go ahead and decide, can we go ahead and get a base turret down? They still have these waves to deal with, but at best, they might get one base turret. RWM drop down.
Well, that's if they can actually win this team fight. It looks like they're going to be able to take out Sans. Aurora Gaming definitely going to do great with that -1, but look at Lutfi. He's diving in on the middle of that pack and doing some decent damage, pushing back Aurora Gaming. I mean, they look like they had some momentum, but again, a great... Yeah,
so a little
few seconds
difficult,
that
a little difficult to take.
So you're absolutely right. Again, it's all about whether or not Aurora can actually tank for real world. And as time is progressing, they actually might be able to. But here comes that big fight we're talking about. They're diving straight into the backline, and that's going to be the jungler for Aurora Gaming removed already. And now it's a 4v5, and they are going to have to make a run for the hills if they want to survive. And they're going to be able to take out Lupi. But looks like all that's going to be left on the field is going to be Dominkai. It's 1v3. It's only a Harif. What are you going to do? You got a big wave on the middle, and I think that's exactly what Onic is just going to capitalize. No need to go for the Lord this time around. 24 seconds on the death timers at earliest. That feels like game.
Onic winning that fight around the real-world manipulation. Exactly what I was talking about would be the hard thing for lineup to be able to do it. I feel like there was some good adjustments here for Aurora. One being the fact that, you know, they went with their own pickoff potential. That could potentially snowball them into the right direction. Demon Kite really struggled in the previous game on the land slot. Now this time he's up against a utility. You know that when the Lapu Lapu is secured for a team, not only does he do a lot of damage, he can tank up quite a bit, but the stuns with the Land Shaker are so good, just like this.
Yeah, great stuns. And there you go, Kyrie with the first turtle of the game. Edward and Light not to be able to help out Demon Kite as much. Look at the presence. Look at the domination. There's going to be 4 enemies on the map. So that's they're thinking maybe of the Kalea. But look at that. Lutpi again is going to be the sore spot here. Aurora Gaming is going to try to punch on. Or, you know, but of course that isn't Esmeralda. Early game has great sustainability. And who has not that much sustainability, that's Dominkite. Especially against 4 members of Onic.
And they get the upper hand because they made the play up top. Almost getting this tier 1 too. Traction pulse thrown out.
Oh, a few more hits would have actually been huge for Sans there, but Yue going to be able to dodge out. Again, Edward going to be using the Bravest Fighter and the Flicker to get out of harm's way, which just leaves the map wide open for On.
Able to go ahead and put pressure where Aurora can't play around that plan of a pickoff, because the Tsunami Slam is going to go first.
Oh man, there you go. That's Tsunami Slam once more. At that point, Dominkite can't even use the Phantom Execution to get out of harm's way. Tyler maybe absorbing some of Dominkite's hits, buying some time for Kyrie to get back into the fight here alongside Kiboy. That aggression of this duo.
Tsunami Slam. So we'll see how Aurora approaches this. This 3,000 gold difference might play a part into this fight, but Turtle secured.
Yeah, huge, tricky turtle there, getting secured there by Onic. There goes that team fight. Light not going to be long for that world. Cannot really sustain Skylar's Granger right now, who is just doing insane amounts of damage, even on Edward. That's a double kill for the gold laner of Onic. And not to mention, they also got that turtle. Demon Kite now going to be struggling to even get the jungle.
You're able to go ahead, you know, you're deathless, you provide information. A Tsunami Slam again.
Oh man, that's a huge Tsunami Slam here, of course. Yue gonna be able to at least answer with the Feather Airstrike. That front line is starting to demolish and diminish on its health. That's Kiboy going down though. Demon Kites are doing some really good mechanics, but the rest of Onic are still inside the front lines. They're not really going back quite yet.
But Aurora, they're the ones with a hard decision. Do we actually go for this? It's Blitz down now.
Yeah, that's a huge blitz. Obviously, Onic is just going to be so far ahead of the curve here. Lapu Lapu up on front. Edward can't really sustain against that lineup. Now, normally, you would be able to at least get some HP back, but Onyx just stopping that from happening, obviously with their superiority in terms of items. So, right now, it's just
disconnected, even in that approach to that Lord or deciding on what they wanted to do. They're going to go for this kick.
Oh, yeah, 100% gonna go for it. Better stun here coming in from Edward, but again, once more, just evaporating forth. You can even hit the final blow of that one. And now Kyrie's up on front. Skylar is just going on like a shooting range here or something, because he's just having so much fun on...
Potentially getting the mid turret. The traction pulse is thrown out.
Yep. There you go. One more time. They're going to try to go for it again. Aurora being very proactive here on the front line, though. They're absorbing Sans and Skylar's damage, and it's just too much. There's just so much damage here without anything to actually catch it on the front.
They've been choked out from the resources here, basically here, Rockhart. Now they're going to make a play here in the mid, going for this last base turret. They'll get just that. But with Dominkite coming back up, it looks like, so this is so crucial for Yue to really get the most of value out of this, and that's why they're trying to manage these waves. The Lord is making its way in the base, and the traction pulse thrown out.
Yeah, throwing it out there, and there's just not much the front line here. Gonna go in for the back line. Light is hunting down Skylar, but with that Purify will not be able to actually make a mark. Just a few more hits. That might be it. Onic